Hello, everyone. First, I want to give shout out to my student Max, who played in a tournament a couple of days ago and was able to draw against the FIDE Master, which is quite impressive. So great job, Max. And now there is an interesting idea which I want to show you, and then I want to show you how it could be used in a game. To demonstrate this idea, we're going to look at a Najdorf Sicilian. So, which usually starts with e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4 to challenge the center, takes, knight f6 attacking the pawn, knight c3 defending, and the move which makes it the Najdorf, pawn a6. And now white has a multitude of moves. Pretty much everything that doesn't blunder a piece or pawn has been played at some point in this position. One of the main moves is still bishop g5. So let's take a look at it. Pawn e6, pawn f4, and now queen b6, attacking this pawn. And one of the ideas here, well, white can do many things. White can actually give up this pawn, and this becomes the poison pawn variation, which Fischer liked to play as black, and a lot of people like to play it as white. The logic is white can play queen d2, give up this pawn, play rook b1, and white is down a pawn, but white has 5 pieces in the game, and this rook might be able to come up here in some lines. But there is another idea which white can do. He can defend this pawn. And one of the curious ways of doing this is pawn a3, which looks like a very, very strange move because, well, this looks like a free pawn. But there is a very cool idea behind it. If black takes this pawn, he loses. White plays knight a4, attacking this queen, and this queen has no squares to go to. Now, the reason we play a3 is if we did not play a3, the queen would be able to go here. So the point of a3 is to set this trap, and a3 is a useful move anyway because white could play knight b3, but sometimes he prefers to have his knight here. And he could play rook b1, but again, this is not always the best square for the rook. Now, one of my students, Joshua, was able to do it in a game which he played 2 days ago. And let's take a look at this really, really quickly. Because this idea is not limited to the Najdorf. Joshua had black pieces. Mine starts with this move, which is absolutely fine. Pawn g3 to prepare bishop g2. Joshua controls the center. He builds a better center. White plays c3 with a possible idea of d4. Also, sometimes the queen can play chess. Joshua develops. Queen b3. Joshua develops the other knight. White plays a3, which makes no sense. I don't know why this pawn move was played. It would be better to develop, play something like pawn c4. So instead of a3, pawn c4, or figure out how to get this knight into the game and castle. Pawn d3 is possible with the idea of knight f3 and get this bishop in. A3 is very, very slow. Joshua plays a6, which is a funny move. He wants to develop his bishop, but he realizes if he does it, this pawn will get taken. So he sets a trap, the same one which we saw a few minutes ago. White plays d3, which is reasonable, and Joshua plays bishop e6, which looks like it drops this pawn, but if you remember, there is a trap. And white should never take this pawn, but he did. And as we saw already, knight a5, traps this queen, and essentially this is game over. Uh, this is a useful idea to keep in mind, and it's if the thing about chess, a lot of chess is about patterns. Um, and once you remember certain patterns, you'll be able to apply them in your own games. Joshua saw this idea before. We talked about this idea together, and he was able to apply it on his own in a very, very, very different setting, uh, which is impressive, especially considering there was a 3 minute game and this whole thing took him 17 seconds to come up with. So great job to Joshua. Very nice execution of a very useful idea. I hope you all learned something from this video, and more exciting material will appear shortly. Thank you.